Welcome in, Taurus. It's great to have you here. I hope everything is going well for you. Got a little bit of the energy coming up at the end of the month is this lunar eclipse, and I'm sure that you have heard about this, so we're going to jump into a reading. We're going to get a little bit into the astrology leading up to as well, because it looks like some shifting going on for Taurus. And here's some temperance and some Seven of Wands. And look at the Three of Cups. I was going to say, in the friend circle, in this situation with the people in your life that you spend your time with, that you give your energy to, there's some kind of a shakeup. There's some things going on, and I'm hearing something about the things that interrupt your passions, your joys, your creative things, your wands over here with the Seven of Wands. There are some situations that are causing disruption. This eclipse energy is really shining through for you in the way of the people in your life. We've got some shadow work coming up here, the Four of Cups, and some of the things, this is some of the stuff that other people bring to the table, or what it is that you can bring in together. See, with the Three of Cups, we're getting into the community, the collaboration, the things that we can pour water into together, and we can pass that cup around, okay? And like in the Aries reading, I was saying, this Three Musketeers energy, this all for one and one for all. Now, when we move into the Four, if the community is not really this three-sided figure, the stability of the triangle, okay? If that's not really there, if one side is missing, then this triangle, it collapses. It's an arrow. It's not a triangle. This is not a stable shape or structure. It's not what you're trying to create with the energy of three in collaboration with a group. Now, you can have duality. You can work with one or the other, but this collaboration comes in from the team. And so there's really big teamwork energy coming through in a communication. A communication about how things are moving forward. This is a huge mix-up. So the row of reality is talking about some sort of a decision for the future and what it is that you're pursuing. Because you've got the flock, the group, the tribe up here with this Two of Wands. Three of Cups, Two of Wands. You've got the community, the tribe, the people in your life, and they're there. They're flying around, flitting around, like little fairies flying around, okay? Magic and fun and everything is a wonderful life. But then this Two of Wands is the energy of you in contemplation mode. You're planning and thinking. Two is always contemplation. It's always some kind of a choice or a decision. It's two things, and sometimes more, but in this instance, you're putting these people in your life sort of on the scale and deciding whether or not they're going to fit, whether or not they're going to make it on the path that you're going down. Is that a natural state for them? Is that what they want? And this Hanged Man in the center of the reading, this massive eclipse energy, right? The in-between phase is what the eclipse is. We've got Pisces, partial lunar eclipse, August 27th, okay? And we're getting into these bigger emotional things. And closure is a really big deal. So we've got this King of Swords coming up at the end, the truth. Now, the King of Swords is very Aquarian. But there's this Libra balance, very air sign and thought and truth. And this is about you in this contemplation mode. The Sword of Truth is coming through. The King of Swords in your energy is saying, look, Taurus, this is going to come very natural for you, but you can't feed people a spoonful of sugar to help everything go down. Sometimes you just need to be honest. And the King of Swords faces things head on. The truth might hurt, but it will set you free. The situation will not be under lock and key and secrets. And this isn't a time for that. This type of eclipse energy is massive King of Swords. It's time for you to step forward. And so that inner you that knows how, when it's time, to step forward and take action and be honest and be authentic. It may not be accepted, That's this big energy right now, is that it's got to come from this emotional space. It's got to come from this truth, and this growth that you've learned through time gives you that emotional stability, the know-how, the intuition that you've developed over this time. See, we've got, and this came up too for Aries, was the Hermit energy, but this Fool energy that comes at the end for you is about these this turn of the wheel for Taurus. It's starting something completely new, and it's going to look different. So this is like new relationships and new things that are coming up in the future, a gathering of the tribe. Like, this is that roll call and that tribal call. Maybe Taurus, you're out on these spiritual rooftops and you're making your Taurus call. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not very, it's like some kind of call. Maybe it's like a bullhorn or something, right? And so you're out there, and there's course correction where it may be uncomfortable in this transition, and making new friends takes time. So this space in the Hanged Man being the center is about deciding that this space in the Hermit cave, it's coming up. It's not going to seem like this whole ordeal makes a lot of sense at first. It's going to seem like, should you have hung on to what you have, because now you're all alone. But the Fool energy comes in to say, no, the opportunities coming forward, this eclipse energy and its opportunities are held by the newness, the new opportunities, the new things coming in, not in replenishing the old things that aren't ready to move forward with you. The people in your life that aren't going the way that you're going, you can't force them to change. You can be honest. You can be honest about where you are. You can be honest about yourself. And some of this comes from this fear of like rejection, or fear of having to go it alone, but the everything, the secrets coming to light, the course correcting, and the discomfort, it's all in perspective, because what's coming in the future is about being at your level, where you're not wishing on a star, okay? Because your dreams, they come true if you wish on a star? Maybe. But if you do the work, okay, that's where the wish is becoming your intention. And at that level, that's about setting goals. So, and you think like wishing on a star and doing nothing about it without any action, that's not manifestation. Okay, it's not. And I think there are some people in your life that probably have that bit of confusion. It's like writing into a billionaire and asking for money, and then you give up your job because you're preparing for the new wealthy life that you're about to have. You wrote to a billionaire, you're definitely going to get this money, right? And I think that there are some people in your life that have some misconceptions about how to lock certain things down. But you, Taurus, you're on this path to greatness. You're on this path to bigger opportunities for yourself. And you can wield the energy of this eclipse in acceptance of the things that need to be released to put you where you need to be going. So you're not always walking in the grass and having to walk through the mud just to stay close enough to these people on their path. You need to get over to your path, dry your feet, because where you have to go is, it's starting to move further and further away from some of the people around you. You're just on to bigger and better things, and there's going to come a point in time where opportunity, it could feel grueling again, because it could become an uphill situation. But the people here, where this Two of Wands decision, and you've seen this in action. This is some past energy in your reality. You've seen this manifest right in front of your eyes. The people that are going down this path, and you want to stay with them, so you're sort of in the middle. You walk up the middle of this path, so you can still chat with them and we're friends, but you belong over here. And when you come to the points in your journey that take strength and endurance, the type of stamina that you possess, the stability in the situations to grab hold and use your creative force to conquer. The people that went this way because they can't handle the stuff on your path. They couldn't even handle hanging in the middle for the time frame. It was becoming too much. So there's a purpose and plan for everything. Your path can't be everybody's path. It can't be. That's not the way it works, and we all have our own things that we need to do in life that are individual. Okay, and we're going to take that because I had intended to grab you a card, but I guess that's the one. Okay. So this is number 25. This is the temple, home. And we're talking a lot about these columns and the stability. Saying, I no longer search outside of myself for home. Very, very important, because what it is that you wish for yourself in these moments of continuing to move forward and create a life of value, really collecting all of these points of value and becoming the well-rounded human being that you have become, this beautiful, well-rounded earth angel you have become, is to understand that any of the release, any of the people that don't make their way down your path, these two columns, the Two of Wands, this choice, this fork in the road right now, that the search for your happiness and your joy, what it is that makes you who you are, has nothing to do with any of those people. It always has to do with you and what's inside of you, what makes you who you are, the substance, the value that you are putting together, all the little sparkly things that you are adding on to yourself as accent pieces and pieces of flair. They're just reflecting your own light. Then you put all these beautiful things, all of these things around you, and what it is that you build up for yourself in your life, it's all of your creation, and it's all reflecting you and your light. It's the only thing that makes it so beautiful, is you. And understanding that what you bring to the table in relationships, and all that you fought for to have, and all of the arguments with the people in your life that are currently still part of your circle, there's a value and substance in that as well, that lets you know where these people stand, how they've built their own temple, their own body, their own life, how they've put it together, and seeing them for what they are, and understanding why you need to take certain roads that you need to take. The moments moving forward are going to be big. There are going to be big alterations. And I was saying for Aries, then these are all not the same, because this is what this eclipse energy brings out. It opens up the door for different things for you to move forward into that make sense for you. Things that will take you where you specifically have been trying to go. And this understanding that whoever can't come with you, they're not going to fit in the door. They're not going to make it on the journey. They're not going to be able to handle the climb. Okay, they're built for a different path and purpose. It's not lesser, it's not greater, but it's different. And you are designed for the path that you're on. And so if this opportunity comes forward and it seems like some people in your life are a little squirrely, they're a little flaky, they're a little squirrely, and what it seems like they're offering you isn't really what you're looking for, then you know what the next move is. You know what you need to do. And that's not rejection. That's not failure. That's you being you authentically. Accepting you and adapting your life to fit your goals. Exactly where we are right now with the eclipse energy. So that your life is what you want it to look like at the end. So when you do those things, you get to this phase right here in the future. And you're looking out at these new opportunities, and you realize, it never really mattered if anybody was by your side to begin with, but you look up and your tribe is there. The new opportunities are there before you know it. We say before you know it. We always say that. We say that to our kids. We say that to young people. It'll be over before you know it. But you're gonna know it. And so I want to backpedal. I don't want to lie to you. Because this particular eclipse is that slow energy, so that you can see it happening. You want to slow it down a little bit so that you can watch and you can see how things play out. This is not about you actually slowing time, but it's about you paying better attention to those around you. Really watch, not in some sort of a foul judgment, but just to observe. How do they function? How do they get from A to B? How do they make their decisions? And where do they fit in my life right now? These people that you surround yourself with become the energy that you all share, and you all work together. And so it looks like some of the stability it's going to be rocked, but it's to course correct. Bigger things coming up, bigger energies coming forward, and it looks like a lot of career opportunities. It looks like a lot of opportunities to meet new people and to close out some long-term relationships that were never meant to stand the test of time in your life. They were there for a reason and a season, and those times have come to an end. And so it's a time to find the joy within and realign, to find home within the self. Remember that you are never a collection of those people, and they didn't create you, that you became who you were supposed to be. This realignment right now and this new you coming forward it's all the work that you've done. Looking back 2 years, 4 years, 5, maybe 10, or even 15 or 20 years. And I'm still with you guys there. I'm looking back 20 years like, yeah, I was still definitely a grown adult that knew better and making mistakes. I'm there with you. So we look back on these days, and we have to zoom in a little bit. Okay, you take this, and I have this really big Aquarian perspective that backs way up and says, well, everything looks good on the whole, on the general, the big picture of it, it's going to be fine. But we have to zoom in those moments when we take a train and we go back in time, and we think, okay, I am and I'm 20 years old. Or for you, if you're 20 now, maybe you were 16 and you thought of some things. You thought about the world. So let's zoom in and think about how you think of the world. How do you talk to your friends? How do you behave when you're alone? What kind of stuff are you curious about? And what goals do you have for your future? And then you have to really analyze yourself and your thought patterns as best you can, as best we all can, because we scratch our heads sometimes, and we think, I don't know how I could possibly have thought that. I don't know how I even got there, to be honest with you, because I'm a different person now. And you're a different person now than you were many years ago. You've evolved and changed, and you've grown so much. So a lot of the things that you've worked toward for yourself in your life, there are people, they haven't been doing the same work. So you may have started out in the same place, and you think about yourself in the places when you met these people and who you were then. And those were the connective points. But if you have evolved and grown and they have not, or they have evolved and grown in different directions, you already know what time it is. It's time to close that book, and it goes into the memories, and it's appreciated and loved. But we are who we surround ourselves with. A lesson you very well know. You don't need me to tell you. You're grown. So this time is about going inward like that, going inward with this hermit energy and holding on to what it is that's most precious to you, the most important, and seeking that out and making sure that the character and company that you keep matches those values. That's really important right now. These are like deeply emotional messages with this eclipse. And for Taurus, look, don't forget, you guys, don't forget to check out and it doesn't have to be here, and I'm just saying, but check out the rising sign, right? Anything in the rising sign is going to give you this here. This row here, we're talking about your perspective during the eclipse and the decisions that you need to make. These can be highly emotional with these wands. And the truth can be honest. It can be forthcoming without being hurtful. So we've got a little glimpse, but without getting that full picture. Your rising sign is going to open this section up here. You get into your moon sign energy, because I'm sure this is the sun and you're looking for that advice. And when you emerge from the cave, from all these things that are going down in your life right now that are about to transpire in this eclipse energy, you get your time to deal and think and really clarify the thoughts in your mind with the deep introspection, and you emerge on the hunt for the new tribe. But this row up here is your moon sign energy in the mind, and how you feel about these things, how you're processing these things. So getting into your moon sign readings is going to open up this row here with this temperance energy, with the Three of Cups, with the offers coming in and the work that you've done to get where you're at, even with your friends and family and the people in your life. It seems like just been a lot of uproar, chaos. And so if you want to open that up more, because the star of the show here, what we focused on here was this eclipse energy. So if you need more, that's where to go. All right, Taurus, I love you guys. I appreciate you so much. I hope this was helpful, and don't forget that like button. That's how you can energetically give back to the community for free. It helps the algorithm push it around for anybody else who wants to hear it this week. They might need to hear this, and this will help them out. Subscribe if you are not already a subscriber, because I would love to have you on board. You guys enjoy your beautiful, wonderful day, and we will talk later.